Good morning, cyber traders, and welcome back on this Thursday. 30 minutes as always before the market takes off, and a couple of nice little movers. And very weird day yesterday, right? We had a crash and we had a rally, and then I don't know, it's still got a lot of bleeding going on my watch list. But yeah, thanks everyone. Good morning to you too, Lita, Lawrence, and Grant, and all of you. It's great to see you all. This 8 p.m. is moving up really, really nicely. Very cheap, inexpensive stock. Didn't go up substantially. Even if you got in at 8 a.m. with 240, we're at 290, making a new high. What we're looking for, this stock, number one on the watch list right now. So we're going to keep an eye on this one. If you did catch it earlier, I know some of you in the cyber group room, the trading floor, we've been watching it and been trading it all morning. So hopefully you guys, some of you got it. If you didn't get it, don't worry about it. There is a bunch more out there. All right. So regarding a couple of big things, just to let everybody know, today we have open house. So we are going to be at 12 o'clock. We're gonna have a open trading for anyone here who wants to learn a little bit more about what is direct access and how do we find the right of the chart of these stocks. So definitely want to stick around for that. So if you haven't registered, we'll post the link in a little bit for everyone to register for it. But regarding about yesterday, what traded yesterday, so there was a lot of crazy stocks that were moving. Just want to go through a couple of them right here. The big one I wanted to talk about, let me just hide this here for a second, is Palantir. Let me bring that one up right there. So Palantir took a very big hit. This stock did exactly what we were trained for it to do. Had a gap fill, went down, crashed all the way down to a pretty much of a big support levels around 140. I would probably, right around there. You can see between 140 and 142, had a nice little slingshot on it. And you could see that the stock literally bounced right there. If you notice yesterday, we were pointing it out. I did right here. I want to point this out right here. So this right here, is this image right here? This image right here. So this one right here, hold on one second. Let me fix something here. Yeah, something better. If I could blow it up a little bit bigger. Not really. All right. So there was a big ladder effect. I did an alert yesterday, and hopefully everyone here is subscribed to our X, aka Twitter, or our Telegram. But there was a nice ladder effect that started kicking in here, and there was one even lower, which I didn't take a screenshot. I want to show you this ladder effect, that not the ladder, a 3LA or cake, we actually call it. It was a bunch of orders that filled in, started bidding it up, and that stock really rode up the stock, and that was at 150, 150, 152. Look at that. Literally almost 400,000 shares, 350,000. And you could see that was right around here when that happened. And you could see at 12 o'clock when it did do that, the stock literally ran all the way to the close up to about 55. So that was a pretty good for a $2-3 move on Palantir. Now, if you could not afford Palantir, which I know some of you here, listen, it's $155 stock. Listen, there are ETFs on it also, okay? So there are cheaper ones out there. There's PLTY. You could have got into that. That was the high yield ETF. There was the PLTL. Oops, sorry about that one. Hold on one second. I had the other one here just for a second ago. What was the other one ETF on that one? That was the PLTU. That was PLTU. That was the other ETF. About half the price right there. But there was some good movement on both of them. But hopefully some people caught on to it. If not, I think it was just a good lesson learned. But just going across the board there, and PLTZ was the other one. Thanks for that one too. That was the short. But pretty much the PLTU was the better one, William. And it happened to a lot of other stocks. There was this little slingshot on the market. Tesla made a big move. NVIDIA made a big move too, after taking a little big correction right here. But this is what you're going to get going into this time of the year, all right? So just be very, very careful. I keep repeating it over and over again. When you get into the last 2 weeks of August, You're not going to get that great trending going on, with because earnings pretty much is done. There's a couple of things that came out here and there, but probably a little bit much after Labor Day. All right. Just remember, focus on nickels and dimes. All right. That's the key. Now, as everything else out there was one other stock that made a nice little run yesterday. But otherwise, it was a pretty shitty day. I have to admit. There was this stock right here, THAR, just literally was a great, great mover yesterday. You could see it started around $1.40, ran up to about $3. Then it ran right at 3 o'clock. It was a nice move, ran from $2.50 all the way up to a whopping $4. And she's up again today. So this is the one that we were only pretty much trading yesterday. The only bad thing about it is that it didn't have the good push going into the close. It kind of did like a little slingshot here, and it did a little bit of a pop right here. Let me blow that up a little bit bigger so you guys could see that. Right around here, when program trading kicks in, the last 15 minutes of the close, we have that last little pop right there. But I'm going to throw it back on the watch list. She's gapped up again this morning. She's up about 37%. So really, really nice news on the stock. We're going to put it on the watch list. All right, so let's go back and see what's going on in the big percentage gainers. You got this one stock, which I just brought up earlier, the APM. Just looks like it just backed off a little bit right now. Orders-wise, not really seeing too much out there. I mean, a lot of orders started showing up right now and starting to push it down a little bit. But cheap little stock, probably a category 2 right now, maybe a 3. This pre-market, we'll keep an eye on that one. PTEC, 26 million shares, very inexpensive, starting to make lower lows right now. I'll put this on the B list. AEMD, same thing. You know what's funny? If you notice a consistent pattern here, they're all pharmaceutical stocks. Every one of them is just a pharmaceutical stock. Another pharmaceutical stock, but she's trending down. We'll put her on the B list. 52%, 38 million shares. THAR, we already know about. Rent, volume is okay. She's kind of flat. VELO, this one just made a quick pop right now. Don't know what this is all about. This one just came out, 9 o'clock move. That's why we do our meetings at 9. Because if we did at 8:30, we probably wouldn't have seen this. Let me go check out and see the orders on it. See what we got going on over here. A little bit of a Lego here. A lot of orders at 4, 350. Just want to see where everyone's looking to get in and out of it. Well, it looks like an IPO too. VELO. Put that on the watch list. We'll put on the keep an eye out. This one had a big run up yesterday. Got halted so many times. YOUL was another one that we traded yesterday, but now she's starting to back down. Looks like a short squeeze. Evoke, another one, gapped up. It's trending down. 11%. Good trade. A lot of just flat. They're just flat. They gapped up and they're flat. Not really what we're looking for. We got to find stocks that have a trend. None of them have really trends. All the losers, any dead cat bound fishing here? Not really. New York Stock Exchange, GRO, looks like big pop earlier. It's kind of flat. Brazil Potash Corporation, another cheap one on the B. A lot of cheap ones, but they're just not really moving. QT, tier size is small, spread looks a little big, it's going up. Nah, not really what we're looking for. Nothing really there. Losers. Any good losers? Anything in the most active? TSLL backing off. This one's trading a shitload of volume. That's the Palantir opposite short. This one we know about. Nvidia coming back down. There's Palantir. That one from yesterday. Intel, great run up. Now it's starting to back off. Could be on the short side. NVAX, what's up there? NVAX on a downtrend after we traded that. TLT, we traded that stock before too. Yeah, IBIT is made the list. Looks like Bitcoin has been on a downtrend this morning. Did it make a little bit of a comeback? A little bit. Not really seeing too many orders out there, but Bitcoin, taking a big hit from almost the highs. All right, so that pretty much does it. There's not a good list. It's not a good list. That's okay. Listen, we'll wait till 9:30 opens up. Something might pop up, but this is what we expect. Just focus on the nickels and dimes. All right. Another thing too, I'm probably in about maybe 60, maybe 70% cash now. I sold a lot of my swing trades. So I'm just focused on nickels and dimes. We did it pretty well yesterday with some nickels and dimes. Just remember, for some of you that were here, remember yesterday we had a lot of nice little movers, and then boom, they tanked. Just look what happened with the APM. Had a big pop, came back down. Focus on nickels and dimes, and if you see something, say something. THAR is one of the two employees. Okay, is the Fed Jackson Hole meeting these 2 days? Yeah, I mean, there is a meeting, but I don't think they're going to do anything. I don't know if they're going to do anything. They're probably anticipating something in September. All right, but we'll listen out. I know there's going to be a lot of quiet going on right now with the market. I haven't really heard too much going on. All right, traders, let's get ready for the market opened up. We got about 15 minutes. Don't forget, today, 12 o'clock, open house. There's the link. And if you're watching on social media, if you want to join our trading room or you want to come to that event, just take your phone, scan that QR code, and we'll be seeing you for our free event. And for everybody else, hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Hopefully everybody's not getting too crazy. And if you're new here to Cybertrade University, a trial member, hopefully you'll look, listening, and learning. All right. Good luck, everybody. We'll be back in 15 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
All right, folks, we are good to go. I think Faust will be on YouTube in just a bit here for all of our members there. But hey, market just opened up. Welcome on back.
All right, there I go. Could you guys hear me okay?
Yep, you're good, Faust. There we go.
Perfect. All right. Let's get some action going on. Josh, what the hell's going on? It sucks out there, huh?
Yeah, I mean, not too surprising, at least coming off yesterday. That doesn't mean there won't be trades. It just means let's be a little patient. Have a couple of things come to us in just a moment.
Yeah, we'll see if a couple of things are moving.
I was going to mention this just more on my side list here today. It's at least something I don't mind calling out for now, but just Intel dropping off. I think that could be just another good short today. Pulling right below yesterday's low immediately.
Yeah, that Intel's really crapping out right now. It had that really nice move yesterday. I mean, the last couple of days, but here comes the correction on it. Took a big hit yesterday. It's like an early move, and then it kind of dies out after like 15, 20 minutes. But market down about 250 points. S&P down 24, 27. A lot of red going on right here. You know what I did buy more yesterday? Only stock I bought. I sold a lot, but I bought more. The P-Sky.
P-Sky. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it looks like it's starting to move up a little bit. Not really much out there other than that one. I think that's green. Newegg is just an animal.
Yeah, Chuck's been a huge fan of that. I know he's been loving that one up a lot.
Yeah, Newegg has just been really rocking and rolling. I mean, like, is there like a really bad short squeeze on this thing or something?
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's got to be at this point. It moved up how much already?
God, what? Maybe 500%?
Yeah, so shorts are getting crushed. But as you know, of course, you know better than anyone here. Just eventually, that is going to come to a screeching halt, right? It's going to come to an end, and it's going to get destroyed, I'm sure, over time.
Yep. And everything's bleeding, but Nvidia's up a little bit today.
I'm staying away from Bitcoin for the most part for right now, just waiting to see if it drops even lower to 110,000. But there's a couple of stocks like yesterday. I will mention like the IREN trade was actually pretty good. I forgot to bring that up to you before. The Wolf, WULF.
Yep.
Down a little bit today, but that ran well in the after hours. Oh, the PTIX trade trying to go back up here, trying to make a slingshot.
That one's moving. There's a couple of, I mean, I hate being in cash, but there's a couple of safe things I'm thinking about just to be in certain things.
Yeah, definitely. And right now, like I've said this to our students, right? I don't like talking selfishly, but as a trader, it's good to share experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I said from yesterday, like, hey, if you're on a different setup, if you're not on your normal computer, if you're traveling, if you're away, just don't be as assertive. Trades will come to you, but it's okay if you miss a few. Hertz yesterday teased me pretty bad because it kept like trying to bounce, and just never broke higher. So, I just still have that on my book map for some reason. It's tanking now. I'm going to delete it.
Mm-hmm.
This PTIX is holding up here nicely. PTIX is popping right back on up to that resistance that we called out from pre-market.
I'm just looking up. I'm trying to look at some safe bets right here. Thinking about getting back into RTX. Man, they got a lot of ETFs. Oh my God. RTXG, RTXAX, RTXCT, RTXDT. Jesus Christ. How many freaking stocks do they have? ETFs.
The thing is, I don't know why they do so many because a lot of them don't trade good volume, right?
I mean, this thing only trade 184 shares.
Yeah, like hey, for our students here, the ones that we call out to you, those are good ones. So there's been a bunch in our room we've done really well on. Genevieve, look at that. Took some money right there. She got in at 390 out of 420. All right, so the PTIX trade did pop over that resistance that we called out pre-market around 418. It's pushing up to 450. It's been a nice move so far.
That one's moving up. It was on the like I said, there's a lot of them that we're not moving, but I threw it back on there just in case. But sometimes people hold orders until the market opens up, and then you'll see them make a move.
Yeah, so it's doing good. I mean, hey, we even oh no, those are down halts there. So a couple stocks on our watch list getting halted on the way down, so we're kind of done with those now. The Intel trade is getting crushed. I mean, yeah, big
Yeah.
support showing up right here at 23. 300,000 shares on the bid.
Newegg just broke all-time highs. 133.
There we go. My setup here, my guest room, my sister's house. Just don't have great lighting, but yeah, we're making do.
Oh, you look good.
We're making do. It's a casual Thursday at least because I didn't really plan to bring too much, good fancy shirts. I got a wedding I'm going to in Connecticut, but gotta save
Oh,
that for the wedding.
nice.
Yeah.
Love weddings.
Yeah, no, a great time. It's from one of my best friends from like childhood. So it's gonna be great to see him, reunite with some buddies. All right, so on the PTX trade, just be careful. You got new sell order showing up here for about 32,000.
Damn. So the APM is nasty.
Turn over to that one, Rich.
Yeah, the PTX looks like it's trying to make a Fausto flag here. It looks like I mean, I don't know this, but it's got a real. I mean, it's big resistance levels here back in April, but if it does get past that, it could test somewhere just under 6.
All right, so we're after the first 5 minutes now. So if there are any trades that are holding up pretty well here, perhaps PTIX, if it could stay over this 418-ish. But yeah, I mean, like, hey, if Fausto says there's a chance for this to go up towards 6, then let's see this build higher lows and break a new high coming up here.
I mean, there's no seller out there at 6. A lot of them hovering right around here, around 450, 440.
Let's see what else we have here, at least, though. Some other trades from our watch list, maybe. I mean, a couple of those down halts we're done with. And also be careful on the Intel trade. It actually broke below 23. So for the short, that actually is pretty good. But there's new icebergs popping up on the bid. As soon as it broke 23, a new buyer showed up. Yeah, that's not the same person. That 23 got hit, and then just a new order showed up at 22.90. PTIX here coming up.
It looks like it's trying to creep up there. Oh my God. This thing is volatile. I think PTech became a category 3.
Yeah, that 450 level is a strong daily chart level for a while. You got to go back, I think. Let me see. I did this early in the morning. Yeah, back around like May, late May, I think, kind of wicked up there. And just broke below that other level, though, 418-ish. So if it's not going to hold over that and keep trying, then it is up a lot already.
Mm-hmm.
Not every stock's going to move up 575% like whatever that one was, BSLK from last week. That was a crazy move.
I just have a few stocks over here I got to keep an eye on.
Yeah, you're right this morning in pre-market, and it's easy to tell, but just it's good to be a little bit patient and wait for trades to come to you, even just before on PTIX. If it's not going to hold over that level, then it's best to just see what else is out there.
Well, we're already 10 minutes in.
This one's doing all right here, and you have it on our list here too. The AEMD. Higher high right now. Good spread.
It was on the watch list. Now it's starting to break out a little bit. Cheap little stock, 64%. It looks like it could probably test its 7 a.m. highs at $1.90.
It's going to take a little time to prove itself, I feel, because you're right. It was kind of just dropping off a little bit before your meeting. If it wants to prove itself, though, hey, it's got a good order book. It's not like PTIX. That's a wicked stock. Genevieve saying Newegg on fire again. Yeah, but just the only thing on Newegg, though, is that spread's so bad.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to, and I mean it truthfully, if you want to roll the slot machine a little bit, roll the dice, that is for you. But I think that there's just other trades that are a bit easier.
That spread is $2. $2,
And hey, you could do it on tiny size. You're not going to lose big money on tiny size, but it's up to you. It's just what everyone's looking for themselves this morning.
You got to put some limit order out there and try to get filled. I was contemplating jumping in around 85, 90. It's like just whatever. I mean, if you listen, 100 shares, simple math, $100 stock, $10, $100, $10,000 right now, it'd be worth, almost to be a $3,000 profit.
PTIC's actually trying to
pop back on PTIC.
Good minds think alike there. Yeah, I see that too. Just, I don't know if it's going to make the higher high though. I'm going to be patient on it personally. I kind of like the AEMD as long as it could stay over 180. But, again, there's other trades out there that we'll scan for. Yeah, Intel is still kind of dropping off. So if you are looking for a short between Palantir, Intel, that IREN trade is just on fire. That's been a great trade. Remember, the key is just having a good order book mainly, good trend, of course, but good liquid order book, filled in order book, tight spread.
Okay, we got a pop on that one. Just made a big pop, PTIC.
If this wants to go crazy right now, then it just needs to stay over 450, but we might have a better move here coming up.
What did I say the highs? What did I say? It was just under 6, right?
You were looking for 6 there, yeah. And if it holds over this 450, I think that we got a shot.
There's a seller at 5. There's a little seller at 6. It'll probably add in as we get closer to it, but I thought the list was terrible. It's not really that terrible anymore. GXAI is moving too. It's one of our stocks from the past couple of days.
It's PTEX here. As long as it stays over 450, if we can get an uphold here, this would be nice. I just took a small loss on the AEMD, just letting everyone know. I trade what I call out, right? So got in at 181, out at 177. So that was not a winner. If it's not going to hold over your level nicely, then just get out. What else we got here?
You like that, Irene? I see you called it out.
Yeah, just shouting it out. I wasn't jumping in at that point because, again, I'm thinking of like being on my own setup, like the laptop, and I'm only really trying to focus on stocks that have more category 1 or 2.
Yep. And this one obviously has been so far been the I hate to use the word easy, but the most friendly, tradable. Here we go.
It's been really good of late. I just wasn't so prepared this morning to take a trade, so it's going up right now nicely. It was a good swing from last week. We were day trading it last week, swing trading it last week. It's been really good to us.
So I know a lot of people missed out on it. Remember, it's never too late to buy one share, but I'm gonna keep looking, see if there's something else out there.
I don't want to discount $5 on the PTIX trade just because you figure 5 could be a psychological level, half a decade. But if it blows over that, I think that we'll get get your 6th level there.
It's getting there. It's getting close. We're at 89, 90.
Let's see if we can get this coming up. I would love to have this. It's funny. I was just going to say this. I was going to call a stock out right now, Fausto, and I didn't mention the name.
Yeah.
It's because you had a big seller show up. So once that happens, oh, and a buyer showed up here. There you go. Uh-oh, you got filled though. Let's see what happens. Might just be a shake.
It could be consolidation now. You're going to get the shake right now. You got two people that just bid up the stock at like 450 and 460.
Definitely want a better move coming up here. I wouldn't mind getting out here around these prices soon. I jumped back in over 450. So, if I held from 418, you got a larger leash to work with.
By the way, that Intel, that Rich Gold is still going lower.
Yeah, that was a great short from when I had mentioned that.
Mm-hmm. Good short.
Here we go. Let's see. Here we go. Big moment here for the PTIX. If it's not going to really blast higher here, I'd want it to really pop now. If not, then I'm just going to look to get out.
It looks strong. A lot of green bulls are coming up.
I'm watching it. I'm just like hyper focused on my level 2.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it stays over 5.
Okay, it's testing that buyer right now. 5, 18,000.
Out.
Just
got out right
a little bit.
Got out right at $5 myself. $4.94 actually is my fill. Give me a crappy fill there. That's all right. All right, so again, the stock might keep going, but just, again, if you chased it a little bit, if you got in a little higher from where it was first popping, you can't go broke taking a profit. The one thing I didn't do on Intel was check the long-term graph. Starting to bounce back up a little bit here. Intel kind of has a little support if you go back to like late July, around 2060-ish, but it's not like a great amount.
Here it goes. Looks like a little shake. Yep, here we go. And I think it's starting to get volatile. You know what ends up happening? And for some of you students that have been here with us for a long time, you probably hear me say this all the time. When there's nothing trading, there's not that much out there. Day traders are going to start to find this stock, and then they're all going to start saying, "Oh, here we got a stock that's up, 100%, 150," and then they all start jumping on the bandwagon because if there's nothing else out there with the brand names or anything else, they're going to start looking at these, and that's going to cause some more volatility to the stock.
I'm happy I got out on that AEMD trade. Hey, that's where we just say I can care less about taking a little loss because I care a lot about taking a big loss.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I liked it. So I felt good with the entry, Fausto. And
yeah, you had a good entry.
Like you do all the time, if it's not going to work out within 30 seconds,
cut your loss.
Absolutely.
Yeah. At the moment of time when you looked at it, it looked good. And you know what? It happens. Listen, I make call outs on, some people say, "Oh, you were talking about, like the last video I made." I got a couple people said, "You said Palantir was on fire." It was until all of a sudden news comes out right after before I post that video. And, you become hot and cold right away.
Well, now it's literally on fire. It's in a dumpster fire, right? So you're not wrong.
Yeah.
I'm teasing. I'm kidding. No, but that's what you could say though, right? Like, listen, like these trades are very short-lived. We're mainly day traders, but we mentioned swing moves at times too. And listen, we're never going to be 100% perfect. I don't think any
I
meteorologist
wouldn't
has
be
gotten
here
the
if I
weather
wanted some
correct
perfect.
perfect.
I'll be sick. I'll be sucking on pina coladas in the Bahamas.
Exactly. Brad, there you go. He's on his way to sucking pina coladas in the Bahamas. He's got a nice trade for about 85 cents.
There you go.
On the PTix trade there, one of our longtime members inside our room. I'm happy I got out on the PTix right there. Just take the money and run. And now that kind of brings me back to this morning here. Now kind of back to square one.
Some buyers just showed up on PTIC.
I did. Let me see. Well, maybe draw me right back to PTIC again. Oh yeah, that's a good order.
Yep.
Okay. Fine. You want to lure me back in?
Oh, he just pulled it. Looks like he laddered up. They're laddering up a little bit. Let's see if it's for real or not. Listen, it really didn't go down too much. It's still hovering right around that 5.
Oh, it definitely didn't. Yeah, you're right. It's consolidating now for sure.
These people start getting hit, then I'll be a little nervous that might be game over.
Rich posting that inside the chat room right there, just the NASDAQ book viewer.
There you go. Rich, post that in the alerts and on Twitter so people can see that.
All right, I'm doing this on smaller size, and I'm setting my stop immediately here, as always, but let's see if we have a trade. If not, then so be it. But
Yep. Is that an? It's almost an HOD.
if it breaks below 5, this thing I'll say is in trouble. Up. Touching 5 right now. And those orders on the bid did get pulled, so it's becoming like how it used to be just earlier this morning at the open. All right, I got taken out right there, tiny, but I'm done with this now. I don't want to keep playing with this. It was going up nice, and it still might pop.
It's, we're only 25 minutes in.
Just earlier when it first popped at the open, it got so shaky for a bit. And that's where I got stopped out on a trade from 418 at first, like break even, and it moved up without me after. And that's where I took it from the 450 again. I just don't want to keep doing that, though. Like I was saying,
Got a good call from Michael. Michael's calling out the Tiger.
Yep, right there. HOD, you just said. There
Yeah,
you go.
really nice. Did a great shake at like 1088 to 1188, 1108, 1110. Not too many shares yet. Maybe not too many people know about it, but
Let me see a couple trades I'm pulling up right now in Benzinga. The APM stock is trying to pop, Fausto.
which one?
APM.
Oh, APM.
Yeah, like halted.
Oh my God, it halted.
Yeah,
Halted.
I couldn't even speak fast enough.
Yeah, somebody must just came in and just flooded it.
Mm-hmm. And when I first saw it, it was at 285, and I was immediately looking at my graph from the pre-market. I'm like, if it could break 293, maybe it could run. I didn't even get my entry off there. I chased it. All right, well, got halted. Got a halt. And a good halt, too, not the down halt. You never want to mess with the down halt. And at least there's potential room for more.
You know what? I don't think we didn't see that coming. I mean, that just basically was consolidating right at 250. And then, there it goes.
You know what, though? This is where I tell like students, Fausto, for as much as we are a team here, and I get call outs from students, select students that I know perform very well. I'll see their call outs and I'll trade whatever they're trading. But this is prime time hour here, right? 9:30 to 10:30. We're on the mic. Rich is sharing his screen. We're all making call outs, us three. For our students here, we want you to be focused on what we're calling out to you, because that's the best way to try and capitalize on these moves. like even this was very tough to like just jump into, obviously. But now at this point, I think all of us should be focused on this APM. The more you look to make the call outs, honestly, the less you're probably trading and the less you have the chance to make money. So, focus on what Fausto's calling out there too, even on the PTIX. That's what at least got us towards $5 at first.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even 6 later on. But that was a nice move to begin.
That lace moved up really nice too this morning. LASC. Somebody called it out.
Lawrence, you got the APM. Oh, you're holding there for a second, I'm sure. Not too long, I'd reckon. But yeah, you got a nice entry at least.
Yeah, nice, Lawrence. Hey, look at him. You got it right at that support levels.
Maybe held for like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and just it is good timing, right? Obviously, no one expected the pop. So Lawrence getting Christmas twice this year.
Just remember that stock, we traded it back on July 16th. It went from $1.17 to $4.40 and it came right back down. So it's definitely going to be a short squeeze. It's definitely going to be a halt on the way down. So be prepared for that.
It's a great question from one of our Diamond students, Fausto Yehuda, who I believe is going to be joining us in our Traders Summit coming up later in October this year. So really looking forward to meeting Yehuda for the first time, and a bunch of our students at least. What do we have? I think we have like 15 of us coming this time, right? And like 15, 16.
Yeah, almost maxed out at 20.
There we go. So, Yehuda just asked me here in the chat, how long do you normally wait after the halt to possibly go into a stock like APM? And I just gave him a really abridged answer really quick. I'm like, just wait a couple minutes, wait like a minute or two. Don't just jump in immediately. It's like the market open almost. Wait to see the shakes at first.
Yeah, you got to give at least a couple of minutes and see, because you're going to get a lot of profit taking going on, stuff like that.
This AEMD is back up right now, Fausto, the one I took that loss on earlier. And I'll tell you, I had a good level. So, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, right? I didn't botch that line, did I? Like President Bush?
I like how you put that.
I did say on the AEMD, I'm like, it does have to prove itself a little bit. I just wanted to try and take it earlier, and I thought there was a chance for it too. Maybe it's coming up. We'll see. But yeah, the APM is like really the one that we should all be more focused on coming up.
It should be opening up. One more minute. PTIX is probably going to be done till about 10:30. If it holds here for a while around these prices, might be a new play.
I'll just hit the 3.
AEMD is the other one that was on the watch list. She's kind of creeping up a little bit.
Yep. The 3 that I'm looking at kind of more and kind of in order there, those 3.
Remember, today's a nickels and dimes day. Remember, don't try to hit home runs. They're not. I mean, getting in the halt on APM is luck. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, now if it pops much more, then at least we have a good trade that we could all capitalize on. But yeah, you're right. Let's see if it could hold over maybe like 290-ish, 293. There's kind of a resistance throughout pre-market there. Here we go.
It's open. So probably going to slingshot down and then.
$311 became a new level to watch. Rich just wrote that in the chat. Big ball on Bookmap there.
Yeah, I see that. Green ball.
Yep. That's good. Hey, we like the color.
Yeah.
Now you're actually going to be on
Bookmap. Not short.
You're actually going to be able. We got a couple of events today, don't we? We got our normal open house webinar at 12 o'clock Eastern.
Yep.
And then actually you're going to be on Bookmap.
Bookmap's YouTube channel today. And then I will be on the what do we have today? We have timing research, but I think a lot of them, a lot of events going on. I like to do a lot of events at this time of the year. I mean, just more and more, just trying to get the word out. We tell everyone here, please, when you get those emails that we send out for those events, I mean, it's always great that you guys show up and support us and try to tell everyone, because it's just, I'm like a giving person. I hate to see people lose money. There's way too many people are getting themselves in trouble, and at least they know the truth. You know what I mean? And by you going out there and telling them, you've all been there and you've done it. So it's a great job. You got to know how to play the game, and you got to have a good. You have to be with a good team.
Yeah, especially like in the late mornings, early afternoons, like when I'm on just coaching, or if I have like a little more space and I could breathe a little bit, I'll look at the chat. I'll see what Grant's calling out, Roberto, Alex, a few of our students here, and that's how we at least follow up and find the next big mover.
Pop and P-Tix. Just out of nowhere. And APM, I think, is on its uptrend now. There's your couple of minutes that we were looking for. Man, I tell you, with a very short, ugly list, I thought ends up becoming a really good, probably one of the best ones of the week.
There's a lot of good opportunity now. And yeah, maybe it didn't look like it at first. Really quick, actually, on AEMD, Fausto, perfect timing. 140,000 share buyer just popped up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Rich just calling that out in the chat. I rounded up to 140, but Rich posting that there in the chat.
I bought more P-Sky, by the way. I averaged up.
That stock has some good orders out there. I like that one.
What, the P-Sky?
Yeah, or at least when I traded it last week, it had good orders, and I think it still does.
Like I said, it's more of a swing trade now. Orders gotten filled. It's a pretty huge seller at 15. That was the same guy last time that was giving it a hard time. 195,000 shares. It's a lot. That's the kryptonite.
The APM trade just crashed back down, so unless if it stays over 293-ish area here, there's a good chance this one is done for.
This one keeps going up, but these candlesticks are just disgusting. Select quote?
Yeah, and pre-market, I made one mention of that, and it was just a mess.
Yeah, like the candles is just weird.
A PTIX trade pushing up to your 6.
Mm-hmm.
Getting close now, making a better move now than it was before.
It consolidated. If you look at it, really consolidated here. When you really look at the chart, the intraday chart now it looks really nice. It's a nice looking chart. Damn, if it breaks 6, where does it go after that? It's actually not 6. It's like 588.
Yeah, right around there.
Yeah, 588-ish. What's the low here? Back on January 22nd, 560. And we got not too much, but 650. Yeah, the chart on this stock is definitely a short squeeze. You could see the stock gapped up and came crashing down. Gapped up, came crashing down. Was it a reverse stock split? No.
The SLQT?
Yeah, on May 16th? Was that a gap fill?
Let me see here. One moment. I don't see any reverse stock splits or splits for the SLQT trade.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of weird.
It looks like it's strong. It's going to do a shake. XPEB is going up, still going up. Nice little push on that one when I called earlier. Almost
I
like
think
a
the
category two.
I think the APM is done for. And same with the AEMD. That's pretty disappointing. After that iceberg showed up, that could have been a good opportunity for the stock to pop again.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it will later on, but you just don't want to fall in love with that when there's just other trades moving a lot better.
When you're involved in a stock that gets halted, it's bound to come crashing down. I mean, that's not a really good sign. That puts alerts everywhere. Look, there's a pop again in PTIX, just a little bit. I think strong still.
Rich, what's the news out on the PTIX trade? I'm sure that we had it up before.
You know what's so funny? Us day traders, like we'd have people. It's like we always ask later. Like
Yeah.
what's the news on it? Like the news doesn't affect us. We don't ask for the news and then buy. We buy, trade again, hold, and then ask what the news is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, really. Like if I am in pre-market and I'm twiddling my thumbs and I see news, all right, like at least I'm cognizant of the news then. But you're so right. Like if there's a stock popping and we are more focused on the icebergs, even right now, I'll just mention, I think OPEN is trying to make another move up right now. Kind of slow category 1 or 2 here. Listen, I'm more focused on the icebergs right now than I am the news.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I mean, look at the news that Rich just posted. I mean, on the stock PTIX. I mean, like, how do you interpret that? I mean, we just know, okay, it's regarding about a drug. Okay, so how do you justify on the price that say, oh my God, that's amazing. That stock should be $88. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not, it's just it's more or less mental. Like, okay, it's regarding an FDA. It still looks strong. Another green bull just came in. A lot of transactions going off on the ask. Remember, traders, you always could buy one share. If you're new, you haven't bought anything. Peace Guy's taking off, Josh.
What was that?
Peace Guy.
Oh, Peace Guy or PTIX?
Peace Guy.
Peace Guy. Cool.
Yeah, it's testing.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It took out the 15.
Wow, that's a hell of a move. You're right. Yeah, it's definitely taken off.
It's weird. It's a red ball, though. I don't know why it shows red.
Well, PTIX getting close to your 6. It's right there. See, now at this point, it's definitely tougher to jump into a trade because reversal time is at least kind of ahead. So for a stock like PTIX, I mean, Fausto said 6 is resistance. So maybe if it could blast over that and hold over that, we can get one more move. But unless if you're in now, it's just tough to hit the buy button here. I mean, Fausto, you called this out from like 450-ish, pretty much, 420-ish even, you could say. I mean, it's on our watch list, right? So could have gotten in from even before that, but it's just tough to press buy here and just expect it to, perfectly go up more. If you're in from earlier, you could ride the wave really easily. And really briefly, just make mention of this. I got a busy morning here, Fausto. 10:30, 11, 11:30, 12, and I think 12:30 as well. Sending out coaching links for all my students here coming up that I'm working with one-on-one.
So Bell said, your son is practicing with 100 shares. There you go. One share. There you go.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, Bell, very nice. I know one of our other students, Michael. He his son, his name's also Josh. he brought him over for the Trader Summit, Fausto,
Yep,
right? Mike Jenkins,
Mike.
and he's been training his son on the stock market for a little while now.
How many times did he come with his son to on site? 3 times?
I think last year may have been the first real time where he
As
came
a
as like a
student.
student. Maybe he brought him with
Uh-huh.
family a couple times though.
Lace, by the way, is making looks like it's making a Fausto flag right here, everybody. Spread's kind of ugly though. Just be very careful. Small tier sizes. Arca's got 32, showing 32. Looks like more of a New York stock. There you go. Took the guy out.
Yeah, so far it's still holding on pretty well, that trade. The APM trade done, I think. We'll say the AEMD was pretty damn disappointing, unless if it just bounces right now, but I've moved on to other things.
Nuvo NVO is. I was gonna consider buying it. There's a big seller of 14,000 shares at $55. This stock took a major hit and it's been making a big comeback lately. If it gets this guy,
Yeah,
if it gets this finishes trader, it could fill up a gap up to 57.5. Ooh, I think she took him out.
Yeah, that Nuvo, I really wanted to get it from around 47, like it was a week or two back, a couple weeks back. And it's one of those situations where it's just dropping so much, you feel like you're catching a falling knife, even if you thought it was good support. So
I basically had it at 47.5 and I sold it at 49.
because I remember you said something about 47, and like a few days later, I was looking on my own and I was like, oh, 47. I was like, oh, wait, that's what Fausto said, actually. And shoulda, coulda, woulda. It will always happen, folks. So that's just where you want to put yourself in good positions with uptrends.
I'm
So
buying it.
like Peace Guy,
I just bought it.
Fausto.
You see? Yeah, I just bought
What, the Nuvo?
Put it on my
Well, that it's definitely on a good trend today and pushing back up from yesterday. I could definitely try and
well,
fill
it's going
that
to be a gap
gap.
fill, looks like now. That was a big, big buy. I just did that on my swing trading account.
Right now, I'm completely flat on everything. No day trade, no swing trade. But again, I'm different this week, just in New York. So when I get back, I'll definitely be looking to jump into some things. The Wolf trade's just kind of holding gear. So, definitely just something to keep an eye on. Keep it on your side list, WULF.
A lot of the drug stocks are doing pretty well.
I'll mention with news, we talked about Hertz yesterday. It's a loser, right? So it didn't go anywhere. It was a tease down this morning, but they actually had what I thought was pretty good news. I think they're selling their cars now on Amazon,
but what did
right?
it do with that? It went up and it backed right off.
It backed right off. So it's just one of those things where you can never jump into a trade only because news came out. Don't only rely on the news. You got to focus on the direction, the order flow. And I mean, today, definitely it's down. So just move on to greener pastures.
You had Peace Guy, you got in, you got out. I think it's a pretty good swing trade. I mean, you did as a day trade. It's been looking great, on the day trade.
Yeah, Thomas too. Thomas got on the PTIX at least, but really nice job from him.
That was a fun stock when we traded it back on the 13th. It went from 11 to 17.50.
Oof, that PTX trade getting crushed now though. So really good exit from Thomas right there. As soon as he got stopped out, that thing fell about 35 cents. So really good
Nuvo
exit there,
just
Tom.
has, you got to look at that chart, the interest rate chart, man. That thing is just like a double diamond.
It's like the same thing as P Sky. It's like almost the same type of like parabolic, squeeze
Yeah, I
up
mean,
right now.
there's the high back on July 29th at 55.37. You look like it broke that. This is what a gap fill looks like.
Well, I think the music stopped on PTX. So hopefully everyone found their seat, because if not, game over.
This is weird. What's this thing that just popped out of nowhere? YOUL?
It's funny. I was looking at my scan. I was wondering which one you were going to say. Yule. It's like Yule log. I'll tell you what, as growing up Jewish, hey, on Christmas, not much that you
Nope.
could do, right? Get some Chinese food, go to the movies, or, early in the morning, I would always pop on the Yule log and have a fireplace. And why not? Get some Christmas music, get that TV fireplace there. It's funny. Yeah, Yule. Intel trying to make a small balance, but nothing really too much there.
I get nervous doing swing trades at this time of the year, but there's just been some of them. Like if I find something I got crushed and starting to like get on the second and third day on an uptrend, that's really a good sign. Nuvo's consolidating and P Sky's consolidating.
That AEMD trade we said before was a loser. We were looking for it to break over 182 as resistance, and it was just a very underwhelming move. But this just goes to show you don't want to catch a falling knife, because even with that big buyer out there, it broke right through that thing instantly, and it's just tanking now. So please don't leave just a buy order hanging out there. It's literally the definition of catching a falling knife. So, we teach this in class, even in phase one, but even coming up in the phase 2 and 3 classes later on.
I would keep a close eye on the stock GXAI. Look like she's consolidating here at these prices, and looks like it's starting to make a little Fausto flag. The high there is at 247. PTX is done. I don't have it on my level 4. Just want to see. Okay, yeah, there's a 34,000 share seller at 250. So it's consolidating here. It takes that guy out. There's another, there's a little bit of a 3-layer cake, 260, 270. There was somebody out there a little bit more at 270. Probably looks like he dropped down to 250. So it's consolidating here. If it gets past this, could be a good little push. What was yesterday's highs? Is that what it was? No, it was on Tuesday.
Yeah,
the
Tuesday
high
was
right
there.
It's testing it. I don't know. It looks pretty strong at this time of the day.
This is the best setup that I think I've seen since PTX. I like this. Good call. Yeah, if it breaks over 250 at least, right?
So you consolidate, and then
it's not up so much, at least, this today it's up 32%, but it's not like it's up 200%. So I like this here. And Grant's saying Michael's call out from earlier, the XPEV. Yeah, it's been moving up really well too. So I actually put this up on my book map here. I forgot about that one. I just said on IREN a moment ago, just in the chat board, new seller showed up, a new iceberg. So just be careful on that one at least. The APM is still lingering here, but I'm not serious about it. I'm just looking at it, and it is just holding at least. So if it wants to play really nice and pop, great. But I think I like that GXAI more. And Peace Guy as well. Peace Guy took out 1550, Rich saying to Roberto in the chat. It's kind of tough because you can't use the daily chart really too much on the Peace Guy because it looks like a new IPO technically. It's like a merger. But on that day from, what was it, the 13th? If you make it a 15-minute chart, it looks like it topped off right around $15.65. And then that's when it pulled back a bit.
Nice pop.
Just mentioning that there, 1566, definitely a good chart level. So if it blasts that, then shoot, who the hell knows? This might go up to 17 again.
Nice little push. You know that one stock right there? 3 of these stocks, anybody that's a gold student probably made made good money just to cover your expenses.
Well, what works on 100 shares works on 500, and what works on that works on 1,000. So, the goal is to, with confidence, scale up. And hey, there's some students I've worked with in coaching just even this week or last week it was, sorry, but they told me they're about 2/3 of the way through, like kind of paying for things, and they've only been with us for maybe 2 months.
I always tell everyone, and if you're a new gold student, and we have a lot of new gold students that started this month and next month, I always tell everybody this. This is not the super most exciting month of the year. It's the best time to learn to be in class. But it's always the first month is always the most difficult because it's like starting a diet. You're so excited going to the gym. You got this great membership. You sign up with Equinox. You pay all this money. And then you're not seeing anything happen other than you're sore. You're in pain. You know what I mean? And you're miserable. And you see all these good looking people, good looking bodies and stuff and in great shape. It takes time. Trust me, if you give it, when you listen, if you go in your 3rd and 4th month, it's a different story. You don't figure it out. It's like I always tell everyone, if you hired someone and they don't work out at the 3-4 months, you got to let them go. But first month is, you just got to get used to it. You know what I mean? You'll get used to it and it will come natural. And I know a lot of you did come from more of the option side, whatever. It's going to make you that much better of an option and a swing trader. So just give it a little time.
Yeah, and even students like Belle and Roseanne, I can give a bunch. Alex, I'm sure, a number of our students that do trade options. I'm sure that they could tell you just from being with us here at CTU, their stock trading has allowed them to become a
Bill
better
Ireland
options
is
trader.
a clear example. He's probably the best example. How many times did Bill want to quit, and then he came back, and now he's one of the most probably one of the top 10 traders in the room. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. It does require a little amount of time, not much, but just give it a month or two.
All he needs patience.
I'll tell you, speaking of patience, we're heading, into reversal time coming up. We're not jumping off immediately here, but just hey, coming up, this is where you do need to be a little bit more patient now. Things are probably going to slow down a little bit. So you just want to be a little selective and picky and find the best move for
Look
you.
at Robert. Robert, so funny. I was just going to call that out, the SLQT. Very tradable, up 40%, 8.8 million shares traded. The only issue is I see on a long-term chart, you're testing some high resistance levels right around 280. So there's not going to be that much room left. Got to get past that.
The GXAI trade, just great example, perfect example of just how resistance holds. And that 250 level was perfect. Just dropped like a rock after.
By the way, if you're watching on social media right now, we're going to be getting off in the next few moments. I just posted a QR code. I'm going to be doing a live workshop today at 12 o'clock. If you want to attend, just take your phone. Sorry. There you go, guys. I can't move that. But actually, I could do this. This might work out better. There we go. There we go.
There you go. Perfect. Down there.
Basically cover the QR code with Josh's head. Yeah, just take your phone, scan that QR code, and we'll get you registered, and it'll show you a little bit more. What I always like to teach, the right of the chart. Everybody's so stuck on the left. All right.
Yep, absolutely. So definitely, and it's not even just day trading; it's swing trading. The whole market, things a little shaky in the market the last week. So definitely going to be good timing to go over what's ahead for the next coming month or two, even if you're a long-term trader.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, quite excited. Today was actually a pretty good day. I was getting a little nervous. Tuesday and Wednesday really sucked. I mean, I thought so. Monday. I think Monday was pretty good, right? Was Monday a good day?
Monday was good, and then some of the afternoons that were all right. So the mornings, though, I know what you mean. Today was definitely one of the better mornings that we've had this week, for sure.
You just call him Tilray. I wouldn't be sold on that too much. Watch out for that stock plays a lot of games.
It's a tease. If it pops right now, then great. I'll root anyone on, but you're right. It's a bit of a tease more often than not.
Yeah, the MSOS looks pretty good too. That one took a big hit, making a little bit of a move, maybe. Good volume. I just see ARCA's got a 50,000 share buyer out there right now on the bid. So that's a good sign. That's a good call right there. All right, traders. So we're going to get off the mic. We'll be back. Once again, if you're watching on social media, take your phone, scan that QR code. Be back here at 12 o'clock. We got that workshop coming up. A lot of events coming up here at Cybertrade University. Today I have a packed house. I got that. I'll be on the book map, and I'll be on timing research. So if we post a link up there, please register. We'll see you there. In the meantime, Josh got class going on this week too. Make sure you're in that class. If you don't have access to it, you could always just talk to the education advisor. I'll tell you how to get in there. But overall, hopefully everyone did well this morning. And if you didn't, don't worry about it. This is like, listen, we went fishing. Someone else caught the big fish. You didn't catch anything. There's always still got a whole day of trading to go. So don't worry about it. All right.
Yep, and we'll be here in the chat board all throughout the day for you folks, for all of our students here, Bill, Kathleen, Brad, Michael, Stephen, Roseanne here in the chat right now. So, let me know if you have any questions, private chat us. We're here all throughout the day to help you out. And I'll be back at least inside the trading room at 2:30 Eastern for the afternoon meeting.